I think it was obvious that it had the opportunity to be one of those companies. Yes. It was by no means a foregone conclusion.
Foregone means something where the results or the consequences are known in advance. If I rob a bank and get caught, it's a foregone conclusion that I'm going to go to jail. Very easily predicted.
So foregone means previous, past, or determined in advance.
That's correct. For means in front of something. Gone is something that already happened. So before it happens, what is going to happen is already known.
So there's a fatalistic element in it. Even though the event hasn't happened, everybody or you know this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to happen.
Exactly. Normally it's foregone conclusion or something is foregone. You could have a foregone decision. That's possible. That's a decision you can easily predict. After he got drunk at the Christmas party, it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to get fired. My friend came from a family of doctors, so it was foregone at a very early age that he would also become a doctor. My friend came from a family of doctors and loved medicine, so it was his foregone destiny to also become a doctor.
As was evidenced by the fact that, we had a hard time keeping the site up and running.
Up and running refers to two qualities. Up means that something is working. Running means that it's doing something. So I can have a computer that's up, but it's not actually doing anything. But if it's up and running, it means that it's performing and it's doing what computers are supposed to do. Similarly with a car, my car could break, I can get it fixed. So it's up again. And then if it's up and running, it means that I'm driving the car around just like I was doing before.
So it probably comes from building maybe factories. When a building was up, it was just a shell for manufacturing goods. And when it was running, it meant that it was all the equipment was installed and the factory was running and turning out cars or clothes.
Exactly. And then oftentimes when something becomes available, there's a delay between the time when it actually starts to produce things. So you could have a factory where it's up and they're doing very short runs or just testing things out. So it may be up, but it's not really running yet. And then similarly with a person, I can say I'm up, but I'm not running yet. So if I'm up and running, it means I'm actually doing productive things. When the Obama website went up, there were a lot of problems during the first week. But within a month or so, it was up and running and everything was working just fine. After that cold snap, I tested out the furnace to see how well it was working, and it was up. So I'm going to get it up and running probably this week.
We definitely had stuff that, wow, we got to totally overhaul the way we're thinking about X, Y, and Z.
Overhaul means to review all of the processes that you're doing in some administrative capacity and to changing the procedures to make them better. Overhaul means to examine a system or a machine in detail to see if anything needs to be repaired or fixed.
So to overhaul originally comes from again, if you look at the word, it consists of over and haul. To haul means to drag or to turn. So when someone overhauled an object, they would haul that object over or turn it over to inspect or to examine, correct?
Uh-huh.
So you can overhaul the engine of your car.
That's correct. If you overhaul the engine, it means that you take the engine apart and then put the engine back together again. And then typically you might replace the parts that are easily replaced, like bearings and so forth. And then things that are not so easily replaced, like pistons, you might examine them thoroughly and maybe smooth them, do whatever you need to do, so that when you put the engine back together, it's almost like a brand new engine. Obamacare is a major overhaul of the American health care system. I didn't get my bonus this year like I thought I would, so I'm going to have to overhaul my family budget in order to curtail unnecessary expenses.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.